like, how did you end up at Family First Life?
I am an Instagram baby. I came to
Instagram.
at that time. Yeah.
Okay. Good deal.
And
So what attracted you to this opportunity, to Family First Life?
I remember I was failing trying to become a lawyer, and I was working at a logistic company. And I remember it was 6 a.m, man. And I was like, man, I can't keep doing this. And I saw a post from Tri-State at the time with the upline. And I just sent them a DM like, hey, what's this about? I was licensed 2 years prior, starting to work in insurance because I was working with lawyers and stuff. So I had a certification, but it was just for me to get general knowledge. So it wasn't something to pursue to sell insurance.
Okay.
And
so
I'm like,
kind of happened on accident.
In a way, yeah.
So you see this post, you joined Family First Life, a very different company than it is now. Walk us through that first 30 days. What did it look like schedule-wise, lead-wise? What was that transition like for you?
Okay, so one of the things that was I was working full-time. I was a logistic coordinator. I was making okay money. I was doing the 70,000 salary at the time, but I just figured 12,000 a week always sounded a lot better than, a paycheck every 2 weeks for 4K, 3K. I'm like, okay. So I started working. I started dialing on my lunchtime for my appointments after work. So I was dialing in lunchtime, and then from 6 to 9, I would run appointments Monday to Friday. And in my first 30 days, I clinched 12K through the month, right? Now it's like nothing. Now people doing it a week. But back then, it's like, okay, I was at 10K, and I remember I quit on my birthday at 30 days in, May 28, 2015. I'm like, yo, I'm out. When I saw the 30 days result, I couldn't keep coming back on a Monday when I'm like, no. So, and then from that point on, a great journey started for me.
That's funny that you say that, because when I'm interviewing people that are like, I'm going to start part-time, and I reassure them that we're okay with that. I literally tell them that my job, my sole purpose in getting you started part-time is to make you question going to work on Monday morning. If I can do that, then we're winning. So that's great that you you just kind of live that. So you quit your job, you're full-time, you started experiencing some success. And I remember vaguely, partly because I lived it and partly because you don't let anybody forget. You write this $1 million annuity. Now you're on top of the world. So take us through that, because that was pretty early in your career. You write this $1 million annuity. You're a top producer in the company, and then it kind of got stagnant. What kept you here? Because most people, when they full transparency, when they experience that success and then go through what you went through, they throw in the towel.
Okay. Well, one thing that allowed me to make that decision and quit my job was because I drove 4 hours to meet Sean Mike for the first, just to hear him speak to Tampa. So, and that was within the 30 days. I get to ride the annuity, but what happened was that I got into the company at such an early stage where I understood the fundamentals of Family First Life, and we're here for an agent and for the agencies. So that really stuck with me, even though through, that really catapulted me to be a top producer in 2017, that system of belief. But after that, I got, like you said, got some rough patches. I had, let's just say I didn't get focused enough. I wasn't focused as I am today.
So when you weren't focused, what does that look like? What were you doing? Why do you say I'm not focused? Because some people may be doing those things and think that they're working harder, they're working full time. So what did that lack of focus look like?
I mean, to be all blunt and forward with it, it was the ability to make $100,000 in 90 days and just quit for the rest of the year. And, you know, I mean, and that really brought a lot of confidence within me as a producer, as a person. So I made a big mistake not keep pushing, you know, and then like Mark me said, you know, you're working not to lose, you're not working to win, you know,
Yeah.
you know. So that I got caught up on that. Like, hey, listen, I got 100K, I made it in 90 days. I got Global Atlantic paying me $2,000 a month for the next 12 months because I just wrote like a massive IUL. And that's what happened at that time. And then I got caught up on that. That really, I mean, and it hurts. It hurts. Don't think it's I don't take it lightly. I understand a little more now.
So you started feeling yourself and reading your own clippings.
Yeah.
Basically what it comes down to. So how did you turn it around? How did you re-engage? What did that?
Number one, I mean, all pays due to my upline Wayne Carr. I did not ever ask for a person that was able to mentor me and carry me to certain stages while you're developing your mind and character and focuses. And having you as my upline and meeting me where I'm at and coming to the understanding that we as people that are going to keep on growing, are going to keep on doing, you know, our job is and our payday, no matter how it looks like it, is based on proportional the amount of people that we help. So I started to like working with certain other agents that weren't even with me. I remember I would tell you, hey, you know, when we did a switch, I'm working with this, and then got into sell, and I kept helping people without like being in my downline or anything, just talking to them. And everything just started to move in a way where like people want to call you and like, hey, I want to work with you, you know, and starting seeing those results and getting people to 20,000 coming from other people, other spaces, that really starting to take shape into like a routine that I got going on right now.
Okay. So I heard you say a couple of things there, that you were fortunate and unfortunate, however you look at it. You were fortunate enough to come into the company when it was very basic, when we didn't have all the bells and whistles that we have now. So you established a set of fundamentals. As Mark said, you learned how to block and tackle before you started to learn everything else that people come in with now. And then you got around the people. You said you drove, 4 hours to see Sean Mike speak, where now everybody has it at their fingertips via Facebook, Zoom, YouTube being what it is. Like, we just didn't have those things then. And now I think people take it for granted or feel like it's something daunting when a sales conference is 3 hours away or 2 hours away and they don't want to go. But you just said that literally shaped your business and what kept you here when most people would have quit. And I'm sure at this point, you don't regret that decision because you just hit sales manager. Congratulations. Senior sales manager. I'm sorry, no disrespect. Senior sales manager. Congratulations. And congratulations to the team, because I know you don't do it by yourself.
Definitely.
So kind of walk us through that, because you could have quit and now you're building an agency, becoming senior sales manager and looking to hit hopefully VP and beyond this month. What does that look like? What are some of the things that you're doing now on a day-to-day basis to kind of keep that momentum to, as you said, focus on people and help them get what they want?
One of the things, it's a muscle that I started to, in a way, I call it a muscle, started a way to practice. It's in like, you know, we sell, we do our own things because we sell, you know, me and, you know, I sell, like I tell everyone, hey, I'm not telling you something that I'm not doing it myself, okay? So we're not
modeling the behavior.
Right. So I'm like, okay, but one of the things that I started to really was answering my agents quick. Get to them. How can I help them? Why would they choose to work with me? What do I bring to the table that they're allowing me? Like, hey, man, I want to work with him. You know, being fast. One of the things, like, they have a question, boom, done. Like, Godspeed, you know, quick. And that it's something that it's really helped me in building the team, and they're working with each other. They're understanding that if I don't answer the phone because I'm on the sale, I'm going to get back to them. Or there's there's people around like Kevin that they could call, or JRL, so the team itself starts to, as you help more, the team itself starts to back you up and starts moving forward. And that's what it's looking like that. I mean, I really hope I could clinch it this month. I mean, the VP, because I will be doing it in a 90-day cycle, because I did sales manager before, senior sales, and now if I could hit VP would be nice. So that means that the system of helping people and getting in front and answering them fast, their needs, just like if you were, because they're working with you, and also I want them to understand that I am an efficient person, someone that if you call me, it's about business, we're not like, hey, do you see the conspiracy theory about 9/11? No, like, hey, what are we doing? So staying on that focus and also, respecting their time, and showing them, like, hey, I sell too, I get no shows. I get, I have to door knock. I have to, I do it all, so that pretty much.
So just modeling the behavior. And I think even Sean says that his goal every day when he wakes up is to earn the right to lead the company, which is huge. And when you have that kind of culture at the top, it's kind of hard not to kind of respect this opportunity and hold yourself to that same level of accountability. And it really is a privilege for everybody out there that's building or that works with JL or any of the leaders on this team. Don't think that we don't appreciate you and understand that you had an opportunity to work with anybody or work anywhere. And very grateful for the opportunity to work you and help you provide something different for your families and get the most out of this opportunity as well. So JL, you said that you're hoping to hit VP this month. What does that look like for you? What does that mean to you? And what does it look like long term? What are you looking for from this opportunity?
At this point, with the amount of support that I have and the system that is in place with Family First Life, it looks like this: another office in Atlanta, another office in Texas, another office in California. Be able to move through the network. What's our network? WorkSpot. Why? Because WorkSpot provides us with discount on leads and stuff. So trying to keep him around, how can let the system work for you. And I think that this way, if everything is correct and the system is in place, it's a duplicated. Trump said the other day, we built a duplicated system. So we could just duplicate effective, okay, and be in efficiency with the time and the investments that are coming out. I'm looking to be at least, whatever the name will be, but at least 3-4 more WorkSpot offices that are working directly with me, and they're building their team and helping them, established in their area, the market area. I mean, if there's no leads, then you know what? I mean, we're gonna find leads, and we're gonna make sure that when people think about an area in my team, that your name comes up. It's like Sean Mike told me, hey, if you're not selling insurance under my name, you need to skip town. That's what he told me 4 years ago. That's what you gotta tell people, JL. And I'm like, okay. I still haven't said it, but yeah, that's the type of mindset, and like I tell my team, it's not going to be given to you. We have to go take it. And, I have a pleasure right now that one of my 2 producers, they're in Spain right now. They're vacationing, something that I'm happy because they're with me and now they're doing this. They come back and see them, text me, hey, I'm in Spain. That's such a grateful joy because I know they work with me. They work hard to get that goal. They went through a couple of process, So it's nice. It's really nice and very rewarding in a way.
Yeah. And the fact that where they were before, they wouldn't have been able to do that.
Correct.
And talking about those offices, just understand that and opening those offices in all those cities, that just means that you help that many more people get to where you are right now and beyond, and help build that vision for them so that they can essentially what it's all about, just provide something for the people that they care about on a completely different level. So before I let you go and open it up to questions, I want to I guess first of all, ask Ivan if he has any questions for JL, and then we'll open it up to the group and kind of let them pick at you for a little bit.
I mean, I do, but I'm just going to get out of the way and let everybody else.
All right, folks. So if you have any questions, just unmute your line and just fire away. Not your line, but click unmute. We're not on conference calls anymore.
Hey, so question. So your first 30 days you did well, but what's your timeline from the day you started till now? I'm just trying to see what that picture looks like.
Okay, so I started on 2015, May. That year I did 80,000. 2016, I worked full time. I did 285. 2017, I did 150. And then, I'm sorry, back 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, that's when I went part-time. And 2018, 2019, 2020, that's when, part-time, like I said, make 100K, take the rest of the year off.
Yeah, okay, well, cool.
Hey, JL, this is Kathleen. What changed for you? Like this, we know that you just got your logo and everything, but what was that one thing that definitely changed for you to be like, hey, we definitely need to do this. We need to work as a team. What was I will say, what was that thing that clicked on you to change your mindset towards the business? Or maybe like a couple of things that you had to personally fix so you could get that done?
Well, definitely we're part of both. One thing that Sean Michael was, you have to learn how to be a good boss for yourself. So let's say I improve on that. And with that shifting, you start getting a different type of perception about the business. You start getting new ideas. Everything starts to feel fresh again. And another thing that really helped me was getting, if I'm going to do it and I'm not going to stop being part-time, I just said, you know what, let me get an office. And the work spot office open. I've been here 90 days in, and the results are completely, senior sales manager. It definitely, if you have a business, you need to get an office. I would recommend that. We do have a great system with WorkSpot. Like if you want to do it by yourself, listen, you're gonna have to come up with down payment, credit check and all that. Here's just like, hey, here's first month, let's go, So that the office and a little bit of a personal, you would say, being better boss to yourself. That's it.
Yeah, just to piggyback on what he said, plugging into the office is essential. It's not just something that we ask you to do when you start, because we understand when you get around like-minded people, your perspective and your activities and your attitude starts to change too. Not only that, but you just get access to everything. You get access to training that goes on in that office. You get access to free Wi-Fi, printing, everything. And then as you build and you have interviews and you need somewhere for people to come, because if you're working at home, you're not going to hire somebody and have them come die with you in your living room. That doesn't make any sense. That would be weird. So for a nominal cost, you can have a nice high-end office space that you can go to and invite people to and legitimately build a business without the overhead of building a business. It just makes sense. So what other questions do you guys have while we have JL hostage? All right, folks. Well, like Sean Mike says, when you run out of things, go ahead, Abel.
No, it's Jesse.
Hey,
yeah, sorry, we're kind of share computers. How long did it take you to start building your team? And obviously you're continuing to do that, but from the day you started building your team to get to where you're at now.
Okay, so I've gone through phases and stages. where this is my 8th team. Okay. So, you know, it's all stages as you develop, and you develop in your own ways of to choosing who you want to work with, and what personality really fits you well with your personality. So I would say I started trying to really build probably 2017, but at the end, you know, there were many stages. Like I said, my 18, but now I could tell you the reason that I seen this explosion in the 90 days, number one is the office giving the security that they have a place where to come. And sometimes it's not even you, it's just like the office. They'll feel like they have a place to go, you know, they could sit there, they could see you, they could manage you. But you would say, like I said, it's helping them. The people are going to see that you're there for them, you know, respond them quick, and that will be the best way. I would say I'll see the growth in the 90 days that I've seen.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else got a question?
Hello, JL.
Hey,
how are you, my friend?
Jose, good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm very happy with all the news that you are sharing today. And your business is growing very fast. I'm so happy for you. I want to ask you this because it's one of the things that a lot of agents ask me. Okay, when a new agent is starting in the company, what is the strategy or the steps that you recommend for this new agent to invest in leads, the lead strategy? What is the way that you are doing now with your new agents? Because I see that they are growing very fast.
Well, first of all, like I just spoke to a new recruit who is coming on board, and I'm just gonna tell you what I've been telling everyone. Hey, this has two sides. This has the job side and the business side. The job side will be that you go and service the client, putting a policy in place. Your business side is how you're gonna feed that business. So I'll make it clear from the beginning, like there is an investment that you have to put in to get your clients. So, and just being direct with them, you know, like, hey, how much it's when we have the lead strategy call with the agent, you know, how much, because the other day I was watching Matt Smith. He was talking about how can we re-engineer this backwards. You know what I mean? Give me the number that you want to make a month. If it's 10,000, 20,000, and I'm going to tell you how many leads you're going to need. I'm going to tell you how many dials you're going to do, and I'm going to tell you from what time you're going to have to dial. And I tell them the truth. Hey, dialing is like a muscle. You know, your first dial session, you may don't get the whole 16. You probably got 4 or 5. But come back on Thursday, you're going to leave with 9. Come back next Monday, you're going to have 12 until you actually get there. And I also be on front with them. Like, hey, if you're going to come do this with me, you have to give me a year because it's a lot. You know, you're independent here. You know, no one's going to hold your hand. No one's going to call the carrier for you. You have to do that. So like setting those expectations from the beginning about the money, how much you have to spend, and what's your attitude towards your business. You know, the first thing you do, I try to tell them, what's the first thing we do in the morning? We check the pendings. So it's having that dynamic with them and you seeing with them and letting them know. Also, one of the things that really helps on people buying the leads and getting conquered is the fact that, you know, they're in a team environment and they see the other guy doing it. Why are they not doing it? You know what I mean? And having the direct questions and direct answers to them, like, how can we get you here? And then it's really up to them at the end. You know, it's never our fault. It's never the system. The system is a very duplicatable system. So with that on hand, like, how much cash you got?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Got it.
I love one thing that you said. You said it's never our fault.
It's not.
I get it, and I just want them to understand. Like, he's not saying that we didn't do anything wrong, because sometimes we may have failed you to point you in the right direction. But on the flip, when you experience great success, that's also not our doing. That's you doing the work. So either way, it's you versus you, and you get to decide who wins. You get to decide who wins. So good, bad, or indifferent, it's all on you. Just like he used the gym analogy and the muscles. It's like we can take you to the gym and show you all the weights, but if you don't put in any work, then you're never going to get in shape. It's that simple. So Abel, did you have a question?
Yes, I wanted to ask, whenever you did the rollover, what was the language you used to find the money? Or I'm sure it didn't just fall on your lap, or did it?
All right, I'm gonna tell you a true story about a 900K shot. By the way, it feels like lottery money. I remember I got deposited like 52,000. I was like, what in the world is this? I mean, I didn't know you could deposit money like that. But it was a mortgage protection appointment. That's what I tell everyone. You need to do your inventory sheet. Your inventory sheet is the best tool, is your warrior tool, because you're gonna ask him question. Do you have something that acts life insurance? Oh, I have a 401. You know, they're gonna tell you this stuff. And then all you have to do is do the takeaway. Hey, because, you know, I was helping him with the mortgage protection. So we finished that, right? And I just told him, hey, I may have something that could help you if you're worried about losing that money because it's in a variable market. And the guy called me 2 weeks after. It's just putting it in the table. You cannot be afraid of not bringing it out. I mean, you only lose the shots that you don't take. So, you know, don't sit there and be like, okay, now next, let me get you annuity. No, you know, you just got to be like, hey, I got something that could help you. You know, and he already trusts you because you already helped him with mortgage protection or final expense. Why would he not come back and redo business again with you? See what I mean? So it was just that, and not be afraid, you know, that what you bring in the table. It's an A+ ready company. We have great strategies giving back. I mean, my clients are happy, man. I got some clients getting, well, no, it depends on the market, but I remember one of my first accreditations, I was nervous. The dude got 33%. Okay. So, like, you know, I mean, kudos for me, for the team, for everyone that helped me close that annuity, you know? So definitely something that every agent should get some training. We have Family First Life AMS.com. Okay. We definitely watch all those videos. Sean Ruggiero just wrote a book. I just bought it. I highly recommend it. It will explain a lot about fixed index annuity through a different lens. So that would be for the annuity, man. It was pretty cool.
I just posted the AMS live, or the AMS site in the chat too. So hey, JL, just parting shots. Anything that you would tell yourself.
Okay.
Tell yourself 5 years ago, because you've been here since the beginning of time.
I'm a dinosaur right now.
Basically. What would you tell yourself 5 years ago? If you could go back and tell him, this is what you're going to need to do to be successful at Family First Life. What does that conversation sound like?
It will be simple. Don't get your highs too high. Don't get your lows too low. Keep it in the middle. Keep it on, you know, steady. You know, don't let the money take away your tenacity, you being aggressive, and your dial day. You know, you being very focused on your production. I would tell that to myself. Like keep it level. You know, don't. Yeah. That would be.
Absolutely. Obviously, we have to care about the people, but the less emotional you are about the way things impact you. I call it waffling. Like a waffle is cut in grids. You put the syrup in there, it gets caught in the grid until it overflows. But until that happens, you can keep everything fairly separate. Learn how to do that. And that'll keep you off that emotional roller coaster. And we shouldn't be able to tell whether you submitted 10K last week or $1,000. It should feel the same. Your approach should be the same, the activity level, the amount of leads. Everything should be consistent, because that $1,000 week is coming. I promise you. I've been here 5 years. That $1,000 week is coming. Yep. And when it happens, you can't be ready to pitch a tent and walk away, because right on the other side of that is a $15,000, $20,000 week. As long as you're consistent and the activity is there.